There's a great story behind every priestly vocation. God has a sense for the dramatic. Take this story, for example. A boy from Joliet grows up with his heart set on playing baseball in the big leagues. After years of hard work, his dream is finally within reach as he steps to the plate in the bottom of the ninth inning of the College World Series playoffs.
3 balls and a strike to Masters. He's going to be sitting on a pitch now. The 3-1 pitch is a drive deep to left, way back. It is gone! It is gone! A grand slam for Masters! A grand slam for Masters! This crowd is berserk!
This young star's name is Burke Masters, and at that moment, he was sure his future was in baseball. But God had a much bigger dream for him, to serve the church as a Catholic priest and bring others to the priesthood for the Diocese of Joliet. There are many powerful stories like this. They need to be captured and shared so that a new generation can be inspired to hear God's call, especially in this year of the priest. So where do we find the priests of tomorrow? Are we looking in the right places?
One of the places that we know where all young men are online. That's one of the places that we have to be.
To connect with young people today, we need to think outside the box and leverage social media platforms that millions use every day.
Probably the most quiet place that people have during the day is when they sit down in front of the computer. And we know that all young people do that every day of their lives. And so we're going to go to the internet as a way of reaching them with this message.
Today, the Diocese of Joliet is launching Calling All Vocations, an ambitious campaign to capture the great stories of our priests and seminarians on video and use them to inspire young men.
Right now here in the Diocese of Joliet, we have 27 seminarians who are talented, they're gifted, and they're laying it all down for the Lord. And I think the people of the Diocese of Joliet need to meet these young men.
Our goal for this campaign is to connect with hundreds of thousands of people online. We need your support to share video stories like Father Burke's. Please consider a donation today and help us reach the young men who will serve the families of our diocese for years to come.
I believe that with your support, we can engage a new generation of young people right here in the Diocese of Joliet, young people that are willing to serve the Church and Jesus Christ well into our future.